So I don't need to revitalize nothing. Everybody know who I am.
Rodney, Speedy, Blackmon here of the Bulldogs. Player of the game high 17 points. And you guys had control over New Image for the whole game. Would you say that this was the Bulldogs' best performance of the season so far?
In the first 3 quarters, you can say it was our best performance of the season, but we always seem to get let each other down in the 4th quarter, but we've been working on that.
You guys didn't have the best timeouts in the first half. You guys ran out of timeouts early in this one, but the last one led to a great bucket underneath. And again, New Image, even though they threatened to come back, they never quite completed a comeback. So what was the feeling like as you got a feel for different bench dynamics?
What was the last thing you said?
How was it being with a different coaching situation in this one?
It's good because we got someone who knows what they're doing. Like they are enforcing their coaching ability. The coaches we had, most people didn't respect, but this one, most people respect. So that's the difference between our coach, and it feels good.
Now you guys play another game. You have an opportunity to get to 500, which would pretty much push a reset button on, losing 3 out of the first 4 games. So what's it going to take for the Bulldogs to not only get to 500, but be competitive and make a playoff push?
We got to stay with it. It's all through all 4 quarters. That's what we got to do. We got to practice harder. We got to stay with it through all from beginning to end. That's what it gets us to the playoffs. We always lose our first 4 for the last 4 or 5 years. We lost our first 4 games, and then we'll win 4 or 5 in a row and still won't make the playoffs.
So you're saying basically keep it together for a whole game.
A whole game. We should be on top. That's been our biggest critique our whole 4 or 5 years in the Drew League. Keeping it together for a full 4 quarters.
Jerome joined the C.O.A. 4 games that you played in, and the team has won 3 of them with the loss coming in overtime. So it's clear that C.O.A.'s doing their best with you on the floor. But they didn't go to you as much in the first half. What was up with that?
We still trying to figure ourselves out. We got a great group of guys, but we haven't played that much together, so we're still learning each other and stuff.
You had probably 4 drop steps in this game where you're just, no matter who's guarding you, no matter where the help's coming from, you kind of sense it out, and you just find a way to find the rim and play above the rim. Was it the way that they were guarding you that you felt comfortable with your post moves in this one?
Nah, it's just just trying to be more explosive, not rely so much on skill to try to get to the basket and get fouled in the process.
And finally, Pandas they didn't break 60 points in this game. C.O.A.'s had some uneven defensive performances. Would you consider this performance tonight to be the best one of the season?
Yeah. So far, but we still got a lot to build on. It starts with communication, everybody being on the same page. But we did a pretty solid job tonight.
Jaylen Bland back here, back-to-back player of the week. You guys didn't get the 100, but you guys got a more comfortable win. Yeah. 16-4 run to close this one out against Hard Times. Where was that switch at?
We just said to finish strong. We had them up. We had them down about a 10-11 the whole game. So we didn't want to let up on them because they came back and cut it to 5. We didn't want to let up on them. We just finished strong like we said in the huddle. So that's what we did.
It seems like Legacy is doing a better job of getting you great looks. You made the threes that you made in this game. You wound up scoring 23 points, 5 threes. Do you feel like the looks are just improving, or are you moving better on offense? What's happening?
A little bit of both. They're finding me a little bit more, and I appreciate that from my teammates. And then also I'm moving without the ball, trying to get good looks and being efficient with it, trying to be disciplined with my shot and keep my form and knock it down.
The other thing about this game, you guys wound up out-rebounding Hard Times. You guys aren't the biggest team. They've had issues with size all season. As a team, what is your defensive identity at this point?
I feel like it's just, the will and the mindset to be tougher than the other team and be aggressive. So we got a tough team and a tough core group of guys, and we just went out and played hard, and that's what happens when you play hard. Give it your all.
Travon Jones of the Nova Stars, player of the game, 26 points, 9 of 12 from the field. One of the most efficient games we've seen you play in the Drew. You guys were dominating. Spirit came in with a 4-game win streak, one of the best teams in the league, and you guys get the win close. Do you feel like the offense was better working for you guys this week?
Yes, I do, because we played as a team, and as well we passed the ball, and we just capitalized on all their turnovers with our press.
Now, even though you guys had the big lead, after Leo got into the game in the fourth quarter, the game went from being a blowout to heavy breather, man. And just describe the moment where they cut the lead to 1, forced a turnover on you guys, but they missed 2 shots, one of them being a point-blank layup that could have gave them a chance to go ahead.
Yeah, I just played defense when a dude went for the layup, and then I just thought I just needed to get the ball so I could end the game and put the game in my hands, because I was taking the lead for my team. So I thought execution and just finishing out was the most important thing. So.
Now, we talked to point guard John Leggett. He made a season debut. He's coming off of an injury. He's saying that, he feels pretty good about today's game, and he hasn't seen you guys' struggles. I mean, you guys started 1-3. Even in the game y'all won, Dion hit the game winner. So how do you feel like the team can get some consistency and get over 500 this month?
Just improve as a team and just work as a team, play defense first of all, and then second, just go with the flow of what the coach is telling us to do. And if we play as a team and not as individuals, then we'll succeed, and we'll get to 500, even past 500, be a top team in the playoffs. So,
LA lose Patrick Rembert, coming off a 6-25 shooting game last week. Hits these dudes with 37 points, a season high, and a close win against the Panthers. First off, it's time to consider you MVP candidate, right?
Oh, definitely. I just try to go out there and give it my all every time I step on the court and prove I'm the best player.
What was the difference for you between this week and last week?
Just staying confident, getting back in the gym on Monday, and just staying confident. That's the main thing every time.
Now, you guys played better and better as the game went on. They had a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. You guys tied it going into the fourth and wound up taking us by 3. But at the end there, you guys had a possession where Leon got it under the basket. Leon had been dunking everything in the second half, but couldn't finish there. They called a timeout. They didn't have it. What were you guys thinking on that last possession there?
I was just thinking we were lucky because JoJo came and hit 2 straight threes. We get a turnover on a non-call. They get the ball. Luckily, they called a timeout so we could secure the win.
Drew League debut, Johnathan Motley of the Bulldogs came through, 27 points, team high, 14 rebounds, double overtime win. First of all, how did you get hooked up with the Bulldogs?
Man, just through some mutual friends, Big 50, just knew one of my guys, and he put me on the team.
This was a crazy game. Not often you get overtime, let alone double overtime. And you guys had control. What caused Scrace and Gravel to get back into it with you guys?
Man, we were just turning the ball over a couple of times, and then we weren't making free throws, so it was just mistakes we was making.
Then obviously double overtime. Darrell Wright hits a 3, 5-0, answers right back. They didn't score again. So your presence defensively, how do you feel like you can help the Bulldogs get into the playoffs?
Just my length. When they see a big 6'10" guy in there, they're a little more hesitant to drive and come finish in there. So it just helps my guards play defense and push up a little better. So I'm just provide a little rim protection down there.
Kyle Gibson, second week at the Drew League. Last week, the shot wasn't going as well, but first half, 5 threes for him. How did you get so open in the first half of this game?
Just running in transition, and my teammates finding me. Had a full week of working out. Last week was my first game playing since being off from being back from overseas, so just getting back in the rhythm.
Now, Jug Life had a significant size advantage. You had JaVale McGee, center Isaiah Austin came off the bench room. They always have DJ Shumper. He plays really hard, and you guys aren't the biggest team anyway.
Yeah.
So how did y'all combat their size advantage and keep scoring on them?
The speed and transition running. They was taking some tough shots in the first half, so we just knew we had to beat their bigs on the other end because they had an advantage on the inside.
And then finally, you guys are now after 5 weeks at the Drew, 5-1. And you guys are perennial contenders. You were a Final Four team last year. 2 years ago, they were, this was the championship teams. So what do the Blazers need to do this month to continue on that trek to get over the hump and get to the championship game?
Just keep playing together. Defensively, we got to turn it up a little bit, but just cut down turnovers and play together. We're going to win it all.
We got Mike Williams, Problems point guard. Problems become the first team to drop 100 points in the Drew League this season, week after you guys allowed 99. And you had nearly a triple-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Would you say that this has been your most versatile game in the Drew League?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I'm starting to get in the rhythm. It's taken me a long time to get in the rhythm, and I feel like we're starting to be more cohesive, and our chemistry is getting better on the court.
Now, about the chemistry, you guys had roster things every week. I'm not saying they're issues because you guys are 4-1 for a reason. There's been a lot of success with the team, but Victor wasn't here. Obviously, Ray wasn't here. You stepped up. DJ Shelton came back and played really well. Gary shot the ball extremely well. As a constant on this roster, what do you feel like your role is as far as keeping things consistent on the floor?
Well, my role is probably going to be just coming in, getting everybody together, and just being more vocal and getting everybody involved as best as I can, as long as while being aggressive and getting myself involved as well.
Now, you guys had to go up against a Birdie's Revenge team that, even though they came off a bad loss themselves last week, they still had a rim protector. They had Frank.
Way to bust their ass, Mike.
Frank had 25 in the first half, but he didn't have as much success in the second half. How did y'all have so much success offensively and in the second half defensively against Birdie's Revenge?
Well, we knew Frank was a key player. He's going to get his regardless. I mean, we knew we had to key in and help a little bit more and start scrambling a little bit on the weak side and just try to get to all the open men and try to let him shoot a three, but just come with a contest, and hopefully it panned out, and it did well today.
We got new image guard Chris Camper, 26 points, 10 free throw attempts for you, getting and ones repeatedly, and after losing Friday night, a bounce-back win against the closers. First thing is, this roster for New Image has changed a lot over the last few weeks. How has it gotten to the point where you're now the main option for this team?
It was just next guy. When you get your name called, you got to step up, and everybody, expects me to play hard because my brother was the MVP last year, so they expect some of that to rub off on me. And, I just try to play tough, play as physical and as hard as I can. Thank you.
The big thing about this game was simply y'all had more opportunities to score than the closers did. Y'all also protected the ball better. Y'all had only 11 turnovers. They had 18. What allowed y'all to key in on what they were doing offensively and prevent them from getting good looks?
Well, we worked on it the last 2 weeks of practice on the pick and roll defense, and they did a lot of that in isolation. So those are two things that we worked on the last 2 weeks. And, like the last few games, we had a lot of turnovers, so we worked on, trying to control the ball more and make better plays, make better decisions, and that's what we did.
You've now seen this team at 2-4. No team is truly out of the playoff race until late in the season. Y'all have time. What does New Image need to do to get on a winning streak and get back in the picture here?
Continue to play hard, play great defense, and play team basketball. At times when we get down, we start to do one-on-one and try to, get out of our game. But it's, as long as we play New Image basketball, we'll be all right.
For the second straight week, Ryse gets a close win. And for the second straight week, Justin Johnson drops 30 on them on 17 shots this week, a little less efficient than last week, but the clutch jumper at the end there, y'all called a timeout with about a minute left. 2 possessions went by, y'all didn't score at all. The third one, y'all got the bucket, and more or less that was the thing that put it away. What was the offense like down the stretch here for Ryse?
Well, we was trying to get a double screen action at the top, pick and roll, and just kind of play out of that. See if we can get a drive to the basket or a quick pick and pop three. And we weren't able to get those, but we was able to get stops. They didn't score at the other end. And we just came back and, I was able to hit a good shot at the end.
20 of the 30 points that you scored came after halftime. And as a team, Ryse only 41% in the first half, 51% in the second half. That was even with Yaya being out for a stretch with the injury. What was the adjustment that the coaches made to free you up for better shots and free the team up for better shots?
Just staying aggressive. We knew that we had to get a lot of defensive stops in a row in order to run because they were pressing us. And once we got those stops, I was able to attack the lane, get to the free throw line. Robbie Robinson, he was able to get to his pull-up game in the mid-range. And I just think we did a lot of good things down in the paint. He was able to get a lot of good opportunities at the free throw line.
And then finally, you guys had the three-point lead. Hard Time still had a timeout, and they were getting some nice shots too. Jordan Mays, Taylor Statham was coming through in the second half. What was the game plan to prevent them from getting a good look at the end?
Just be physical, make them drive, because they really want to play one-on-one and try to do step-back threes. So I think once we stopped that, contest their threes, we was able to get rebounds and get out. Also, it was a long game, so we were down 3, we were up 9, down 3, but it's a long game. We just had to keep our composure and just stay with it.
So you feel like at the end, even with only 5 seconds left, you felt confident that the defense was going to be in a good spot to force a bad shot at the end?
Yeah, I think so, because I think we had 2 good defensive stops in a row the previous possession. And once we was able to do that, we had confidence and was able to get a good shot at the end.
2 times this weekend, the Legacy squad gets W's, 4 straight wins after 0-2 start. And, Jeff, I know you wanted that triple-double. Almost happened last week. Almost got it this week. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. So the most impressive part, though, you made 8 out of 9 field goals. What has been your process going into these games about this role that has evolved for you over the course of the season?
It's just about accepting the role that I play on this team. I'm an older player. I'm a veteran, so I kind of got to lead by example. If I'm out there throwing the ball away, missing layups, I can't expect nothing other from our youngsters, So that's really what it's about, man. I just got to take charge and take lead.
You talk about being one of the older players, but you're still also one of the most explosive players. Finally got some multiple dunks in this game. Do you feel like Legacy's doing a better job of being more effective and efficient in transition?
I think with me and Shannon Sharp, we're the most explosive, like they said here, we're the most explosive backcourt in the Drew and the entire league, NBA players included. And I feel like everything opens up because we're young and we run. And when we get out on that break, man, it's nothing like it.
Do you feel as if there's another step for this team to take? That every single win has been better than the last after an 0-2 start. 20-point win here. So how does Legacy continue to take steps and improve here?
I think it all starts with the coaching staff. They're really starting to buy in. Everyone in general are really starting to buy in, but our coaches are really giving us the green light and letting us play. I played last year with the coach that when you make a mistake, 9 times out of 10 he'll pull you out of the game. So you always constantly thinking about not making mistakes, and you actually think that into existence. When you think about making mistakes, a mistake will happen. So with this year and a new coaching staff, for me, my old coaching staff from 2 years ago when I played with the Stingrays, they really allowed me to play, and as you see, it really allows me to open up my game. Last year, I was having 6, 7, 8 turnovers just because I was afraid to pass the ball. Now I'm having 2 and 3 games where I'm an assist away from a triple-double or a rebound away from a triple-double, and that all starts with my coaching staff and my team allowing me to be the floor general.
Larry Gordon started the season with New Image, came over to No Shnacks, and you guys were down 12 against ICANN All-Stars, made that comeback, and wound up getting the win here. First of all, you had 8 assists. How did you help control the game for No Shnacks?
I just do a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? But my priority is to do whatever I can to help the team win. I can score when I can, I can rebound when I can, and I play D when I can. But, my role on this team is just to be that veteran, to get everybody, get involved. We got a lot of young players and stuff like that, but we got a lot of pros as well. So that's cool. But just for the game-wise, it was just all about being patient and taking what they're giving us. You know, they had the size advantage on us for a little bit with all the big guys. They was killing us on the rebound, second chance points. We had to think about that. Just box out. Everybody got a gang rebound, period. And once we did that in the second half, we stopped their second chance points, which made us get out in the transition. And all I got to do is throw it up to the open guy, and we either getting a shot or we getting the dunks.
Yeah.
Easy.
Now, you speak about the rebounding advantage. They also had fewer turnovers than you guys for the game. But in the second half, they shot under 30% from the field. You guys were over 60% from the field. What did Gary say at halftime to reassure y'all that y'all had a shot to steal this game from My Can All-Stars?
He was just telling us that our options is going to come. Our shots is going to fall, and they going to start missing, man. They came out blazing. That first quarter, then that second quarter, they came out blazing. They was making everything. But for us, it was just being comfortable with what we practiced. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the shots that we know we can make, you know what I'm saying, within our offense. When we run our offense, we pretty much got anything we wanted, different option every single time. And that's where the shots started falling, the comfortability started getting better. Guys were just letting go.
Do you feel like after 2 games, especially with Sean, that you know the rhythm is starting to come through, and you feel like you can take No Shnacks to the playoffs here?
Oh, for sure. Well, once we full strength, we're gonna be a force to reckon with. Trust me. We're gonna be a force. We're gonna have a good rhythm, good chemistry. We all from the same area in the IE. We're gonna be all right. I'm telling you, we're gonna be all right.
We got the best big man in the game, Jerome Jordan. 2 wins this weekend for C.O.A. So y'all are at 4-2. 31 points, game high. But I know you were upset with the 6 rebounds.
Yeah, I got to do a way better job, crushing the glass and cleaning up. That's my job, so I got to do a better job on that end.
You went up against last week's Player of the Week in Will Davis. He had a really nice game, 25 points, 11 rebounds. How did he challenge you in this one?
He played well. A lot of energy came out here and, did his thing for his team. But, we're just out here trying to get better as a team, and we were able to do that today.
And then the efficiency for you. 31 points is nice any way you look at it, as long as you're not taking, 31-plus shots. You only needed 17 shots to get there. 13 out of 17 from the field is great. George made a comment about, you put you up against JaVale McGee, Keith Glass, guys who played well in this league, and he'd pick you every time. Do you feel like you are the best big man in the league?
Just come out here every game and try to play as hard as I can and, see where the chips fall.
But are you the best big man in the league?
We'll see when it's all said and done.
Garrett Nevels of Houdini's All-Stars, first team to get the 5-0 this weekend. The game's getting closer for you guys, but every time you guys pull out at the end with the win. So what is it that gives y'all the poise to finish these games?
Just a lot of experience and a lot of chemistry.
ISO shot the lights out. They made 13 out of 31 threes. You guys only made 2 threes in this game, but you guys outshot them from the free throw line. You had as many free throw makes by yourself as they did as a team, and you only went to the line for two free throws. So is that something that plays in the mind of the defense to defend effectively without fouling?
For us?
For y'all.
Yeah, we try to play without fouling, try to play smart on defense, but they, like you said, they were shooting good today. So, they were running to the three-point line in transition, so we just had to make a little adjustment at halftime, and we came out with the win. So,
what was that adjustment? You guys play a consistent brand of basketball. Everyone knows y'all are going to pressure them. Everyone knows that you're going to come with lineups that are versatile, and they're going to always target you being the main shooter. So what is it that Coach Cav gets in there and says, okay, we got to adjust this?
He'll just get on us and just remind us what we need to do all the time. He's always on us. He treats everybody the same and just letting us know what our jobs are. So, if you don't want to play defense, then you're not going to play. So it's simple as that.
Terrence Ross making the 2016 Drew League season debut for Basketball for Life, game high 25 points, and you play for an undefeated team, man, 5-0, one of only 3 coming into this week. Yeah. First question is, we heard a rumor that the game squad, Birdie's Revenge, was going to be the first team that had grid dibs on you, and we know that you played with them before. What was the process of joining Basketball for Life for this season?
Actually, I came into town and I just tried to get in contact whoever could get in contact with me first, and this happened to be BD.
So now you hook up with this squad, and they needed shooting. Even though they beat Birdie's Revenge last week, they didn't shoot the ball very well. They only scored 68 points. You come through 5 threes, highlight dunk on the fast break, and solid defense as well as you pulled away from the defending champs. How do you feel like you fit in with the squad?
Oh, it's fun, man. It's just playing basketball. It's open gym basketball. It's a good pace. Man, everybody's trying to win. So, anytime you can get, a group of guys that want to win, it's going to be a good, gritty, hard-nosed game.
What are your plans for the rest of the Drew League season? Do you think that you're going to help them win a championship, or do you not think it's going to be consistent? How do you feel?
I'm going to try to be here as much as I can because I love playing in the Drew. It gets my game better. So I'm in here every day just trying to get better.
Well, we got 3 undefeated teams at the Drew League. Redemption is one of them, 5-0. Johnathan Gibson came back from a 1-week absence. Lead team is scoring again. And another blowout win, not quite what the first 3 games were like, but still a 12-point win over One Culture. But you struggled in the first half with the shot only 9 points on 12 shots. So how did you change it around in the second half?
Well, don't eat chili cheese dogs before you come play. But I would say first half was definitely struggling a little bit, but the second half we got the chemistry going, started playing at our pace, and got stops on defense and got easy buckets in transition.
Did Keon mention something about not having any assists in the first half compared to what wound up happening after halftime?
No, he didn't. No, I just read the game, pick them apart more. The first half was kind of playing more their style to play. That's why it was a shorter time. But second half, picked them apart, find the mismatches and penetrate, find the people open.
How was it playing without, 2 guys that you've been, really relying on earlier in the season with Chuck sitting a week out due to injuries and Travis Nichols not being here?
I was definitely missing those guys. I was definitely missing Chuck and Travis. That's probably what made it harder, too, for the paint. But we pulled it out for them. We got the win. And a big X factor, Carey and Chris held it down, too.
Metta World Peace. Back for the Pandas. We're here Friday night, and Pandas took the loss against C.O.A. Friday night. Came back here Sunday. Got to start with your son Ron, and another nail biter with you in the lineup, man. 75 for Jaguars, 78 for you guys. Just can you take me through the last couple possessions there where Jaguars had a chance to steal this game from y'all?
I mean, they played well. They started to pressure us a little bit, and we wasn't ready for that pressure, so that was a problem. We just got to make sure that we can control, make sure our young guys are understanding where the pressure's coming from. But it was good though. It was good. Yeah, it was a good game for us. A good test for us.
Are you enjoying? You talked about last week how you playing with more effort is rubbing off on a positive way with your teammates. Do you enjoy that these games are close every game that you guys won with you in the lineup?
Yeah, I think so. I think I do appreciate that. Guys is actually going out there giving effort and actually trying to play together. I mean, we play once a week. Nobody's getting paid to play. But guys is out there, giving 100%. I feel good about it.
Weird quirk in the stats from this game. You made 4 out of 5 free throws by yourself, and the Jaguars made 4 free throws as a team out of 13 overall. The funny thing about this is Tony went to the line. He made his first free throw, missed it at the end, and that kept it being a 3-point lead. Do you feel like that last rebound actually kind of gave y'all a bit of an advantage because some time ran off the clock?
Oh, yeah, it actually did because, if it goes in, we up.
It's a 2-possession game then.
It's a 2-possession game, but they actually had to spend more time. It was actually good for us. It really was good for us.
What are you looking to see from this team? Now you're at 500, and it took a while for the Pandas to find their stride last year. So the team's actually a little bit better through 6 games now than they were through 6 games last year. What are you looking to see? What are you looking to see from these young guys? You got a lot of guys to figure out what you want to do. So what are you trying to see?
This year is good for us. We had a chance to have a good start. And that's all that matters. Last year we was 0-4, then 1-4, then we had to win our last 4 in a row. 5 finished 5-6. So we're starting off better, and we're going to continue to get better.